Welcome to Zen Mind Peaceful Life, your space for spiritual growth, clarity, and connection with the universe. If you're here, there's a good chance you're seeking deeper insights into your emotional and spiritual journey. And today, I've got something really special for you. Now, picture this: you're a February-born Pisces, dreamy, intuitive, and deeply connected to the mysteries of love. You trust your heart. And sometimes, you even fall in love with the idea of love itself. But what happens when June arrives, bringing a whirlwind of cosmic energy, love, and the unexpected? In this video, we'll dive deep into the emotional terrain of February Pisces and the powerful astrological events unfolding in June that will shake up your love life. If you've ever found yourself swept away by the tides of illusion or questioning whether your romantic dreams are real, this video is for you. We'll explore how Neptune's influence, the planet of dreams and illusion, can blur the line between fantasy and reality, especially during June's intense transits. How can Pisces navigate the clash between love and illusion? How can you use this energy for personal growth and emotional clarity? Stick around, because I'm about to give you the tools to not just survive, but thrive through these cosmic shifts. And hey, if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button, and share this video with anyone who could use some guidance on navigating their love life and spiritual growth. You won't want to miss what's coming next. If you're a February-born Pisces, you've likely experienced the world through a lens of dreams, intuition, and emotional depth. Pisces, ruled by Neptune, the planet of fantasy and illusion, can live in a world that blurs the lines between reality and idealism, especially when it comes to love. Imagine this: you meet someone who seems perfect. Someone who matches every idealistic vision you've had about love and relationships. You feel deeply connected, your heart soaring, and you just know this could be the real thing. But as time passes, you might start to question, is this really love, or am I just falling for the fantasy I've created in my mind? The truth is, Pisces are romantic dreamers. Your heart desires deep, soulful connections, and you crave a love that feels like it was destined by the stars. But here's where it gets tricky: this idealism can lead you into relationships where reality doesn't quite match your expectations. You might find yourself overlooking certain red flags or excusing behaviors that don't align with your inner values, simply because you're so caught up in the idea of the perfect love. It's almost like you're falling in love with love itself, rather than with the person in front of you. Consider Sarah, a February Pisces who once fell head over heels for a charming man she met at a friend's wedding. He seemed perfect, attentive, kind, and deeply connected to her emotionally. They talked for hours, and Sarah felt like she had finally found someone who could meet her deep need for love and understanding. But as the months went by, cracks began to show. The romantic conversations slowed, and the emotional connection felt one-sided. Sarah found herself wishing for the magic she had felt at the beginning. But her rational mind started whispering doubts. She realized that she had fallen in love with the idea of love, her dream of a perfect connection, rather than truly seeing the person for who they were. For Pisces, this ability to idealize love can feel like both a blessing and a curse. On one hand, it allows you to connect with others on a deeply emotional level. You give love freely and unconditionally, believing in the beauty of every relationship. On the other hand, your idealism can sometimes blind you to the reality of what's in front of you. It's important to remember that love is not always about perfection. It's about connection, about understanding, supporting, and growing together, even if things aren't always as dreamy as you imagined. As a Pisces, you have a unique gift of seeing potential in people. But it's essential to balance your idealism with a grounded sense of reality. While it's wonderful to dream about a perfect love story, make sure you're also seeing your partner as they truly are. Embrace their flaws, their quirks, and their humanity, and ask yourself, is this the love I've always dreamed of, or is it a love that needs to be built, one step at a time? June arrives, bringing a wave of cosmic energy that will stir up emotions and challenge the way you see yourself and your relationships. If you've ever found yourself caught in a whirlwind romance, feeling like you've been swept off your feet only to crash back down into reality. June's astrological influence will have a similar effect. Major transits, like Mercury retrograde, will make you reflect on your past, especially your emotional relationships. You may find yourself revisiting old flames, or maybe even reaching out to someone you thought you'd long forgotten. There's a pull in the air that invites you to question your past loves, to reevaluate what went wrong, and to see if there are any unfinished emotional business you need to address. However, this moment of reflection is not just about looking back at the past with nostalgia. It's an opportunity for healing and growth. Pisces, you tend to be deeply sentimental. You can easily lose yourself in memories and emotional attachments, remembering every little detail of your past relationships as if they were still alive in your heart. But this emotional fog can sometimes prevent you from moving forward. The pull of past love can feel strong, almost magnetic, but it's important to ask yourself why you're holding on to these memories. Are you clinging to a moment in time that no longer serves you? Or are you simply afraid of letting go of the familiarity? Take Jason, another February Pisces, who found himself constantly reconnecting with an ex-girlfriend every time he felt lonely. Every time he felt vulnerable or unsure about the future. He'd reach out to her, hoping to rekindle the magic they once shared. But deep down, Jason knew that their relationship had ended for a reason. Still, he couldn't help but wonder if he had made a mistake. If he had left something unfinished. It wasn't until June's cosmic energy nudged him to truly reflect on his feelings that he realized he wasn't in love with his ex anymore. He was in love with the idea of the relationship. The comfort it provided him, and the emotional security he associated with it. Once Jason faced this truth, he could finally let go and make space for something new, a relationship based on real connection. Not nostalgic fantasy. For Pisces, June offers the perfect opportunity for this kind of self-reflection. Use this time to ask yourself tough questions about your emotional patterns and your attachment to the past. Are you still holding on to something that doesn't align with your present or future? Are there unresolved emotions that need to be addressed before you can fully embrace new love? This moment of reflection isn't meant to make you feel stuck in the past. It's about giving you the clarity and understanding you need to move forward with confidence and emotional wisdom. When Venus and Mars move through the zodiac, they create a powerful force of attraction, desire, and passion. For Pisces, these cosmic energies amplify your natural romantic tendencies. But they also pull you in two directions. On one hand, Venus, the planet of love and beauty, inspires you to embrace the tender, affectionate side of love. You long for harmony, connection, and an emotional bond that transcends the physical world. But on the other hand, Mars, the planet of action and desire, stirs up a more passionate, fiery side of you. You feel the intensity of attraction, the rush of excitement, and the overwhelming pull of desire. Together, these energies can create a beautiful dance of love, but it's not without its challenges. For Pisces, navigating the dual forces of Venus and Mars can sometimes feel like being pulled in two directions at once. You crave emotional depth, yet you also experience powerful waves of physical attraction that make it hard to distinguish between love and lust. In the case of Sophie, another February Pisces, she met someone new who sparked a powerful attraction. Their connection was magnetic, and Sophie found herself swept up in the passion and intensity of it all. But as the relationship progressed, she started to question whether the attraction was truly love, or if it was simply the excitement of a new connection. This is where Pisces can get tangled up. The magnetic pull of Mars can make everything feel urgent and intense, while Venus whispers that love should be soft, gentle, and grounded. The challenge lies in discerning whether the connection is built on real, lasting compatibility, or if it's just a fleeting spark that will eventually burn out. It's essential for Pisces to take a step back and evaluate the connection from a place of clarity, not just emotional intensity. Ask yourself, is this connection fulfilling me emotionally and spiritually, or am I simply caught up in the thrill of attraction? In these moments of intense desire and attraction, It's important to remember that love is about more than just passion. While the spark of physical attraction is undeniably exciting, real love is built on mutual respect, emotional depth, and shared values. Don't let the intensity of desire cloud your judgment. Take the time to assess whether this relationship aligns with your long-term emotional needs. For Pisces, staying grounded and emotionally clear is key to navigating the powerful energies of Venus and Mars. These forces may ignite a fire within you, but it's up to you to decide whether that fire will burn brightly and last, or whether it's just a temporary flare that fades away. Remember, love is about connection, not just chemistry. If the foundation isn't solid, the relationship may not stand the test of time. As the cosmic forces of June stir up old emotions, intense desires, and reflective moments, Pisces may find themselves questioning everything they thought they knew about love. But rather than succumbing to the illusions of the past or getting swept away in a whirlwind romance, take the opportunity to reflect, learn, and grow. Your journey is about finding true love, not just the perfect idea of it. By staying grounded in your truth, embracing your intuition, and understanding the deeper layers of your emotions, you'll be able to navigate June's energies with grace, clarity, and strength. In the next section, we'll explore how to deal with the illusions that may arise during this time, and how to separate fantasy from reality in order to cultivate healthier, more fulfilling relationships. Stay tuned, because this is just the beginning of your journey toward emotional clarity and self-discovery. As June unfolds, the energy around Pisces intensifies, drawing them into a cosmic whirlwind of love, illusion, and self-reflection. The unique sensitivity of February-born Pisces, paired with the influence of Neptune, creates an emotional depth that can sometimes feel all-consuming. When Venus and Mars begin to dance through the zodiac, their pull on Pisces is magnetic, stirring feelings of attraction and passion that seem to transcend time and space. Yet, in the midst of these intense emotions, Pisces must confront the challenge of seeing love for what it truly is, not just what they dream it to be. It's a delicate balance, this interplay between romantic idealism and the harshness of reality. For Pisces, it's easy to get lost in the idea of a perfect partner, to chase after a love that fits neatly into their dreams, only to find that real love rarely aligns with the fantasy they've created in their minds. Take Emma, a February-born Pisces who found herself swept away in a passionate affair. Everything about the connection seemed flawless, the chemistry, the laughter, the shared moments that felt destined. But as the days turned into weeks, Emma began to notice cracks in the facade. Her partner's actions didn't always match their words, and the relationship lacked the deep emotional resonance she so desperately needed. Yet Emma struggled to let go of the dream she had built around this person. It wasn't just the love that she was holding on to, it was the vision of a perfect life together. The key lesson for Pisces is to accept that love is often messy, imperfect, and full of complexities. While your dreams of a perfect relationship can provide comfort and excitement, the reality of love requires vulnerability and the willingness to face both the beautiful and difficult aspects of a person. By accepting imperfections, both in yourself and your partner, you can build a love that is deeper and more authentic. It's about letting go of the illusion and embracing the reality of connection. In these moments of disillusionment, remember, true love isn't about perfection, it's about growth, understanding, and emotional depth. As the cosmic tides of June pull Pisces into a reflective space, many will find themselves rethinking past relationships or unfinished emotional business. There is a tendency in Pisces to cling to the past, to revisit old love stories, wondering what might have been or whether there was more that could have been done to make things work. June's transits, especially Mercury retrograde, will likely amplify this tendency, bringing up unresolved feelings from the past. For Pisces, this may feel like a cosmic invitation to revisit old loves, reconnect with past partners, or even heal from relationships that have long since ended. But while it may feel tempting to return to what was once familiar, it's essential for Pisces to approach this energy with awareness and caution. The pull to revisit the past can be powerful, but it's crucial to assess whether doing so will bring healing or merely lead to repeated patterns of emotional attachment. Sometimes, the most significant growth happens when we let go of what no longer serves us. Reflecting on past relationships can offer valuable insights, but it's important not to get stuck in nostalgia or replay old emotional wounds. Instead, use this time to gain clarity about what you truly need in a relationship. What lessons have you learned from past experiences? What are the emotional patterns you need to break free from to create healthier, more fulfilling connections in the future? This introspective period can also bring to light the areas of your emotional life that require healing. For Pisces, there may be a tendency to overlook their own emotional needs in favor of focusing on others. It's not uncommon for Pisces to lose themselves in relationships, becoming so invested in their partner's happiness that they forget to nurture their own well-being. June offers the perfect opportunity to turn inward, to check in with yourself, and to ensure that you are emotionally fulfilled on your own terms. If you've been neglecting your own needs for the sake of others, now is the time to recalibrate. Prioritize your emotional health, practice self-care, and remind yourself that love begins with the relationship you have with yourself. When you take the time to heal and nurture your own heart, you create the space for healthier relationships to blossom. In these moments of introspection, it's also essential to embrace the wisdom that comes with self-awareness. By becoming more attuned to your emotional patterns, you can gain the insight needed to build stronger, more balanced connections in the future. Use June's cosmic energies as a tool for emotional clarity, allowing yourself the space to understand your desires, boundaries, and needs in love. It's time to stop chasing the fantasy of love and start creating a grounded, authentic relationship with yourself, so that you can invite in the kind of love that is truly fulfilling. As the energies of June continue to stir up feelings of attraction and emotional intensity, Pisces may find themselves experiencing moments of deep emotional desire. Venus and Mars, the cosmic lovers, bring an undeniable force of passion, drawing Pisces into powerful romantic connections. The attraction may feel irresistible, the desire intense, and the connection magnetic. But for Pisces, these surges of passion can sometimes cloud their judgment, making it hard to differentiate between true emotional intimacy and the excitement of desire. It's crucial for Pisces to remain grounded during these intense moments of attraction. The pull of Venus and Mars can make everything feel urgent, but it's important to take a step back and assess whether the connection is built on solid emotional foundations or if it's merely the result of powerful chemistry. Take Jenna, another February Pisces, who met someone during a summer vacation. The attraction was instant, and the connection seemed deep. However, as the relationship developed, Jenna began to question whether it was truly the emotional bond she was seeking, or if she was simply swept up in the excitement of a new romance. Venus and Mars stirred up powerful desires, but Jenna had to take a moment to evaluate whether the connection was based on lasting emotional compatibility or if it was just a fleeting spark. This is where Pisces can sometimes get caught in the whirlwind of desire, focusing so much on the intensity of the moment that they lose sight of the long-term emotional needs that must be met in a fulfilling relationship. While passion is important, it's equally important to ensure that the relationship aligns with your deeper emotional values. Take the time to evaluate the emotional depth of your connections, and ask yourself whether this is a person who truly aligns with your values, needs, and desires. A relationship built on mutual understanding, respect, and emotional depth will have a far stronger foundation than one fueled solely by desire. In the midst of all this attraction and intensity, Pisces must remember that love is not just about chemistry, it's about connection, communication, and shared values. Yes, the initial spark may be exciting, but true emotional fulfillment comes when both partners are willing to nurture the relationship, to grow together, and to support each other in their individual journeys. It's not about chasing after the fleeting thrill of attraction, it's about building a lasting bond that can stand the test of time. Navigating the cosmic currents of June will require Pisces to confront their illusions about love, to reflect on past experiences, and to embrace the reality of their emotional needs. But while June may bring moments of disillusionment and emotional challenges, it also offers the opportunity for deep healing and growth. By embracing the lessons of the past, staying grounded in the present, and being honest with yourself about your desires and boundaries, you can create the space for love that is authentic, fulfilling, and aligned with your deepest truth. The journey ahead is not without its challenges, but it is also one filled with incredible potential for transformation. Pisces, trust in your intuition, honor your emotional needs, and allow yourself to embrace the love that is meant for you, love that is not based on illusion, but on connection, growth, and mutual respect. Keep watching, because in the next part of this series, we'll dive even deeper into how to navigate the emotional turbulence of June, and how you can set the stage for a love that is truly transformative. As June continues to unfold, the energy swirling around Pisces intensifies, drawing them into a complex blend of emotions, reflections, and new beginnings. For February-born Pisces, this period is a unique and transformative time, one that calls for deep emotional clarity and personal growth, particularly when it comes to matters of the heart. June's astrological events, especially those that stir up intense feelings and cosmic shifts, push Pisces to confront the boundaries of their idealistic view of love and challenge them to create more meaningful, grounded connections. In relationships, Pisces often carry a profound sense of empathy and a natural ability to connect with others on a soul level. This is what makes them such deeply loving partners. However, there is a flip side. Pisces can sometimes lose themselves in relationships, so deeply invested in the other person's well-being that they neglect their own emotional needs. This is where the cosmic shifts in June come into play, offering Pisces a chance to reevaluate what they truly need in a relationship and to confront any tendencies to lose themselves in their partners. Take the example of Tom, a February Pisces who had been in a long-term relationship that, on the surface, seemed perfect. His partner, Sarah, was kind, intelligent, and emotionally supportive. But over time, Tom began to notice that he was constantly putting Sarah's needs before his own. While this wasn't necessarily a problem in the beginning, over the years, Tom started to feel drained. He realized that he had spent so much energy trying to keep Sarah happy and emotionally fulfilled that he had neglected his own emotional health. He was giving so much, but never taking the time to refill his own cup. June's cosmic influence pushed Tom to take a step back and reevaluate what he was truly getting from the relationship. This period of reflection prompted Tom to have an open conversation with Sarah. They both realized that while their love was strong, they had fallen into an unbalanced dynamic, where Tom was losing himself in the relationship. In this case, the advice for Pisces during June is clear: don't lose yourself in the process of loving someone else. It's essential to create and maintain healthy emotional boundaries, ensuring that both partners are contributing equally to the relationship. This means prioritizing your emotional well-being, speaking up for your needs, and understanding that love is not about self-sacrifice, but about mutual respect and shared growth. As Pisces reflect on their emotional patterns, another key area that may come into focus is the need for vulnerability. Pisces are naturally empathetic and can easily pick up on the emotional cues of those around them, but this intuitive sensitivity can also make them hesitant to fully open up in relationships. In June, with the energy shifting towards introspection and emotional depth, Pisces may be prompted to face the fears or insecurities that have prevented them from being fully vulnerable with others. It's common for Pisces to put on a mask of calm or emotional strength to protect themselves from potential hurt, but this can lead to emotional isolation and a lack of true intimacy. Emma, another February Pisces, experienced this firsthand in her relationship with Ben. Although they had been together for a few years, Emma realized she hadn't fully shared her deeper fears and dreams with him. She was so afraid of rejection or being misunderstood that she kept her true feelings locked away. As June brought the opportunity for emotional clarity, Emma decided to take the leap and share her deepest insecurities with Ben. To her surprise, he responded with understanding and support, opening up in return. By allowing herself to be vulnerable, Emma was able to deepen the emotional connection and strengthen the foundation of their relationship. For Pisces, vulnerability is not a weakness but a powerful tool for building authentic, deep connections. When you allow yourself to be truly seen by your partner, flaws, fears, and all, you create the space for real emotional intimacy. While it may feel uncomfortable at first, opening up with someone you trust can lead to greater emotional healing and a more fulfilling, secure relationship. This June, embrace the opportunity to be vulnerable and allow your true self to shine through. Another important aspect for Pisces to reflect on during this time is their tendency to escape into their imagination. As a water sign ruled by Neptune, Pisces often have a rich inner world that can sometimes serve as an emotional refuge. When things get tough, it's easy for Pisces to retreat into their dreams and fantasies, avoiding uncomfortable emotions or situations. This tendency can be especially pronounced in romantic relationships. When faced with challenges or disagreements, Pisces might slip into a dreamlike state where they convince themselves that things will eventually work out on their own, or that their partner will change for the better over time. However, this tendency to escape into fantasy can be a double-edged sword. While it's comforting to retreat into a world of idealized love, it can also prevent Pisces from facing the reality of their relationships. This is where June's astrological energy serves as a wake-up call for Pisces to confront the truth, no matter how uncomfortable it may be. It's time to let go of the fantasy and take a hard look at the relationship as it stands. Does it meet your emotional needs? Is your partner truly aligned with your values? Or are you staying in the relationship out of hope that things will magically improve? Take Rachel, a February Pisces who had been in a relationship with David for several years. On the surface, everything seemed perfect, they had great chemistry, and they loved each other deeply. But Rachel couldn't shake the feeling that something was missing. She realized that she had been holding on to a vision of their relationship as it should be, rather than accepting it for what it truly was. She had been hoping for David to change, to become more emotionally available and communicative, but the reality was that he wasn't willing to meet her halfway. Rachel spent months convincing herself that things would get better. But June's energy forced her to confront the truth: David wasn't the partner she needed. After a painful but necessary conversation, Rachel chose to let go of the relationship and move forward. Though it was hard at first, she realized that by facing the reality of the situation, she was giving herself the opportunity to find a relationship that truly aligned with her emotional needs. For Pisces, this is the lesson of June: don't let your fantasies hold you back from embracing the truth. Love is not about wishing for things to be different, it's about accepting what is and making the conscious choice to either work through challenges or move on to something that better serves your well-being. Letting go of illusions and embracing reality is a painful but ultimately liberating process. As hard as it may seem, it's often the only way to make room for the kind of love that is truly meant for you. June's cosmic energy also brings to the forefront the idea of healing emotional wounds from the past. For Pisces, old emotional patterns and unresolved issues often linger in the background, affecting current relationships. June's astrological shifts push Pisces to face these past hurts and work through them, allowing for emotional healing and closure. Whether it's letting go of a past love, forgiving yourself for past mistakes, or releasing old emotional baggage, June offers Pisces a chance to clear the emotional slate and begin anew. For instance, Mark, a February Pisces, carried the emotional weight of a painful breakup from years ago. He had never fully healed from the emotional scars of that relationship, and it had subtly affected every romantic connection he'd had since. As June brought intense emotional energy, Mark realized that he had been holding on to bitterness and regret, preventing himself from fully moving forward. After a period of self-reflection and healing, Mark decided to forgive both himself and his ex, allowing himself to release the past. This act of emotional liberation opened the door to new, healthier relationships, as he no longer carried the weight of old wounds. For Pisces, healing from the past is essential for moving forward in love. By releasing old hurts and emotional baggage, you make space for new love to enter your life. Whether it's through forgiveness, self-compassion, or simply letting go of old patterns, this is the time to clear your emotional energy and make room for fresh, positive experiences. Allow June's cosmic energy to guide you toward emotional clarity and healing, so that you can step into the future with a heart that is open, free, and ready to embrace the love you truly deserve. As June continues to unfold, Pisces are being called to take a deep, honest look at their relationships, both with others and with themselves. The energy of this month is one of reflection, growth, and transformation. For Pisces, it's a time to shed illusions, confront emotional patterns, and create more grounded, authentic connections. By embracing vulnerability, setting healthy boundaries, and healing past wounds, you can open the door to a love that is not just a fantasy, but a reality that aligns with your deepest truth. In the next part of this series, we'll explore the remaining cosmic influences and how you can continue to navigate the transformative energies of June with confidence, clarity, and emotional depth. Stay tuned, because the journey of love and self-discovery is just beginning. As the cosmic energies of June continue to work their magic, Pisces may find themselves grappling with some of the more difficult aspects of love, illusion, and self-realization. The month has already presented Pisces with the opportunity to reflect on past relationships, heal emotional wounds, and navigate the fine line between fantasy and reality. But June is also asking Pisces to consider a deeper question: how can they cultivate emotional resilience and move forward in love, free from the chains of illusion? The next phase of this journey involves accepting the reality of your emotional needs, even if it means confronting uncomfortable truths about yourself and your relationships. Pisces, often a lover of dreams, must learn to integrate those dreams with real-world experiences, finding balance between emotional depth and practicality. This is where the cosmic forces of June, though intense, can be harnessed for growth and transformation. Through emotional resilience, Pisces can break free from the past and embrace a future that aligns with their true desires. Consider Sophie, a February Pisces who had been emotionally attached to an idea of love rather than an actual person. Sophie had always dreamed of a romance filled with spontaneous adventures, deep conversations under the stars, and an eternal connection. But when she entered a relationship that seemed to embody all of her dreams, the reality was different. While the connection was strong, it lacked the emotional depth and growth she had imagined. Sophie found herself constantly seeking the magic she had created in her mind, rather than fully appreciating the connection she had with her partner. As June's energy began to unfold, Sophie realized that she had been chasing an idealized vision of love, one that didn't quite align with her reality. She took the time to assess what truly mattered to her: emotional connection, mutual respect, and growth. By acknowledging her needs and letting go of the illusion of perfect love, Sophie opened herself to a more grounded, real, and fulfilling relationship. June encourages Pisces to cultivate emotional resilience, the ability to adapt and grow in the face of emotional challenges. When you're faced with the disparity between your ideals and reality, it's important to find ways to stay rooted and balanced. A practical way to do this is by grounding yourself in the present moment. Take a step back when emotions become overwhelming. And remember that love is not about perfection, it's about connection, growth, and mutual understanding. Emotional resilience allows you to move through difficult moments with grace, knowing that every experience, whether challenging or joyous, brings you closer to a deeper understanding of yourself and your desires. As June continues to stir up feelings of desire, Pisces will also be faced with a pivotal lesson: the importance of self-love and self-worth. It's all too easy for Pisces to get caught up in external validation, seeking approval from others, especially in romantic relationships. This longing for connection can lead Pisces to overlook their own value and emotional needs, sacrificing their self-worth in the pursuit of love. However, the key to attracting a healthy, balanced relationship lies in recognizing your own worth first. Without self-love, it becomes difficult to form meaningful connections with others, as you may find yourself drawn to people who do not honor or appreciate you the way you deserve. Take Alex, a February Pisces, who had struggled for years with self-worth issues. He often found himself in relationships where he was giving more than he was receiving. Despite his emotional depth and sensitivity, Alex failed to acknowledge his own needs and desires. He was so focused on loving and supporting his partner that he lost sight of his own emotional well-being. But as June's energy pushed him towards self-reflection, Alex began to realize that true love could only come from a place of self-acceptance. He started to focus on building his own emotional health, practicing self-care, and reminding himself of his intrinsic value. As he grew in self-love, Alex began to attract partners who respected his boundaries, valued his emotional depth, and met him at the same level of commitment and respect. Self-love is the foundation of any healthy relationship. By prioritizing your own emotional health and recognizing your worth, you send a powerful message to the universe that you are worthy of love, respect, and connection. In June, Pisces are urged to pause and reflect on the ways they may be neglecting their own self-worth in favor of others. Remember, you can only give the best of yourself when you are first whole and secure in who you are. The final lesson for Pisces this month revolves around embracing clarity and authenticity in all relationships. While June's cosmic energy can sometimes bring confusion and emotional turmoil, it also offers a unique opportunity to clear away the fog of illusion and stand in your truth. For Pisces, this means being honest with yourself and others about what you truly want and need in a relationship. No longer should you settle for relationships that don't honor your emotional needs. Nor should you cling to the fantasy of a perfect love that may never come. Instead, embrace the clarity that comes with seeing things as they are, not as you wish them to be. Jade, another February Pisces, had spent years in a relationship where she constantly tried to make things work despite feeling emotionally unfulfilled. She stayed because she was in love with the idea of what the relationship could become, not the reality of what it was. However, June's astrological influence prompted her to confront the truth of her feelings. As she took a step back, she recognized that the relationship wasn't serving her in the way it once had. It wasn't a reflection of her needs, nor was it aligned with her values. Jade decided to have an open conversation with her partner, expressing her feelings and realizing that it was time to part ways. It was a painful decision, but Jade knew it was the right one. By embracing clarity and authenticity, Jade was able to step into a new chapter of her life, one that would allow her to attract the kind of love that was truly in alignment with who she was. Authenticity in relationships comes from the courage to face the truth and communicate your needs clearly. It's about not settling for anything less than what you deserve, and being willing to let go of anything that no longer serves your emotional or spiritual growth. As Pisces embrace authenticity, they create space for deeper, more meaningful relationships that honor their true selves. No longer should they hide behind illusions or wear masks to please others. It's time to live in your truth. In closing, Pisces, June is a transformative month, a time for healing, reflection, and growth. The lessons of love, self-worth, vulnerability, and authenticity will guide you toward deeper emotional clarity and fulfillment. This is your time to shed old patterns, release outdated beliefs, and embrace a love that is based on truth, self-respect, and emotional resonance. The energy of this month asks you to step into your authentic self, to trust in your worth, and to cultivate emotional resilience as you navigate both the beautiful and challenging aspects of love. If you're ready to embrace the changes that June brings and transform your love life for the better, make sure to hit that subscribe button, like, and share this video with anyone who could use a little guidance in their own emotional journey. Remember, the path to love begins with self-love and self-awareness. Keep shining, keep growing, and always trust your heart. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.